Hey, what's up guys? This is Single Wing, and it's been years since I've made a video. And I did videos on games, obviously. And I thought, I'm coming back to the channel. I'm 18 now, whole different world, being an adult. It's crazy. But I thought, what's the best kind of video to make other than my vehicle video? Because that's definitely in the gaming set, right? No, not really. I will admit, I have an old truck. It's not in the best shape, but it's my favorite truck that I've ever had, even though I've only had two, and they're both in the same model year set. A 92 through 96 F-150 for all you Ford guys out there. And it's not in the best shape. I'm sitting here looking at it. You'll get to see it here in a second. But my truck is a 1994 F-150 XLT. And I never got to paint it, so it's rather ugly, but here's a nice little look at this ugly truck. That's my brother's right there. I'm at his house right now. But here's my old truck. It's already warmed up, so when I give it a start up, it's not going to sound as good. Notice it's got the tires off my old truck in the rear from my 95 F-150, which for some reason the people decided to put white walls on it. Not my choice. They should have gave me a choice, but they didn't, and this is what I ended up with. And on the front, they may look bigger, but they're really not. We've got all-terrain tires, Goodyear Wrangler radials, and like I said, it's not near in good shape, but it runs and it works for what I need it to. So let's get into covering it a little bit. I figure what place to start on an old truck better than the engine. This engine's obviously covered in mud because the battery's held down by bungee cords. But this engine's covered in mud because I've had it in the mud a couple times. And yeah, but it's a really nice engine. It's a Ford 5.0 V8, stock V8. It's actually the V8 out of my old truck that I ended up unfortunately wrecking over a year ago. But this is my engine, nothing really impressive. It's a 5.0 V8, 302 cubic inches. It's got a newer alternator on it. The rest of it's stock. Obviously you got everything muddy where I took it in the mud and tried to wash it, but it didn't work too well. But that's alright for me. And for all you country people out there, you're gonna love the sound of this truck when it comes around to it. But let's get into the interior, which, just a fair warning, is kind of trashy right now because I've got stuff sitting in it. A lot of stuff. But anyways, here we go. Obviously, open up this truck, you can tell it's dented up. But you open up the truck, the seat's a little torn. And like I said, it's kind of trashy in here because I have a lot of stuff in it. But I'm going to clean it out soon. It's all busted up. I had to screw it down, screw the dash panel down. And that ended up splitting it in both places that I screwed it down in. But it's still holding on there. It is an automatic transmission. And I've got a million monster stickers on my dash because my girlfriend thought it was a good idea to sit there and have me put a monster sticker on the dash for every import monster we got. Which hasn't been that many so far. And you can't even see them from here really. But I've got about, I'd say 7 of them. And it's got the regular bench seat. It's got the XLT headrest that some of these didn't have. It's got an openable back window. The dome light's kind of messed up on it, but it works just fine. And now we're going to cover the outside of the truck a little more. I help people on the side of the road a lot, so I've got a lot of stuff in my bed to do that with. I've got spare tires for this truck. This is what I put in between my truck and another car if I'm going to push it. And I've got my jack and a 4-way and a very old school jack handle if I can locate it. I know it's in here somewhere. You may notice my exhaust pipe is sitting in my bed. That's because this part, the curved part that has the actual end on it, decided to fall off of my truck, just straight up fall off. So me and my buddy had a good idea. Why don't we cut the rest of it off all the way up to where it can legally be? So now that's how it is. And yeah, I've got the jack handle isn't a standard jack handle. It's actually the one that came in the engine bay for the truck, which is this lug wrench or tire iron with a jack handle on it. But it works for what I need it to. Got a little bit of power steering fluid there and stuff. Now, as for the exhaust, I think I'll show you guys that real quick. If we get under the truck, obviously you can tell it's been in the mud a little bit. Got a dog walking over there. But, interesting thing, my exhaust ends a little bit past the catalytic converter. So, yeah, it sounds nice. But anyways, that's all for the underside of the truck. I thought it'd be a little interesting to show this. For one, my tailgate doesn't have a standard handle. I have to reach in here and squeeze the parts together to open it because yes, it's old and beat up. And also the Ford badge, actually the whole Ford panel that came on these trucks was removed from this truck when I got it. And I became a firefighter for a little bit. This was my first responder vehicle. So I have a little fire department badge on the back of my truck. It's a little dusty right now, but it's nice. Anyways, that's all for that part. Let's get to here. Just a fair warning, if you don't like loud trucks, this part probably isn't for you. But if you do, you're gonna love this. Here we go, getting ready to start her up. I think it sounds beautiful, but that's my personal opinion. This truck, like I said, is my favorite truck that I've had, even though I've only had two. And I love the sound of it, especially since we had to cut that exhaust off. So here it is. And of course, a little air candy for y'all. I'll let y'all listen to it for a second. And for y'all people that love loud trucks, and for those of y'all that hate them, this part definitely ain't for you. But I'm gonna give her a little bit of a rev real quick. Stick my long leg up in here. Once again, I think this truck sounds beautiful, but that's my personal opinion. Either way, it's got the door panels off the old truck and the engine from it. And it's got a couple other little small things from the old truck. But yeah, this is my truck. And of course, it's gonna be loud because I like loud trucks. Now, in conclusion, obviously this is a short video, only like 8 minutes. But this is my everyday driving truck. It's the only thing I have, and I love it. I don't care what other people might think about it. You can say what you want about it. Call it ugly. Yeah, it is a bit ugly, but I love it. Anyways, this is Single Wing. Hope y'all have a great day. Just thought I'd show you a little bit around my truck. Have a good one.